Welcome to qnawire.
We should start this problem off by writing down what we know. We know that there are 5% of the variegated red impatiens, and then there's some pure red. So if there are 5% that are variegated, that means there are 95% that are pure red. And in this particular problem, we are saying find the probability that in an order of 200, so that means technically we are doing 200 trials. So in this case, n would be 200. That exactly 14 are variegated. So we have a fixed number of trials, 200. There's a probability of success, which we are going to define by variegated. So we're going to call that our p-value. And since there's a fixed number of trials, this is technically a binomial probability. And the formula for binomial probabilities would be n factorial over n minus x factorial times x factorial. And then that fraction is multiplied by p to the x times q to the n minus x. Now, from previous studies, you should recognize that this part of that formula is the same thing as saying the combination of n items taken x at a time. And that's important for this problem that you recognize that, because some of our numbers are so large, it's going to give the calculator an overload issue. So we know the n value is 200. We know the p-value is 0.05. So the q value, which represents the probability of failure, if we're focusing on the variegated impatiens, the red impatiens, then our q value would be 0.95. So we can substitute these values in. And when we substitute the values in, then we have 200 in the order, and we want exactly 14 to be of the variegated nature. And we're going to multiply that by 0.05 raised to the 14th power and 0.95 raised to the n minus x, so that's going to be 200 minus 14 power, or 186. Now again, if we used the formula up here, again the calculator is going to give an overload issue. But by putting it into the combination format, we get an answer of approximately 0.052. Now the other way you could have handled this was using the multinomial, but since there's only two categories, the multinomial formula that was discussed in this section is going to end up being identical to the binomial formula. So the likelihood or the probability that an order of 200 plants has exactly 14 that are variegated is going to be 0.05.